All right, I'm back again. I'm still on part one of my story. Um, I think this is going to be the last clip of my part one from when I was born, like born up until about 5 years old. So yeah, let's keep it going. I'm looking at my little cheat sheets here, and I had brought up words like neglect, social isolation, emotional isolation. I would like for y'all to go back and look up those words. When I say different words, right? And so you can understand, what was happening to me when I was a very, very little bitty baby. All right? And you'll be able to understand why I'm like that today. Because it's like Sabrina. Now I'm talking to you, Sabrina. It's like when they diagnose with you with ADHD, and sometimes that can go into adulthood. And if you're drinking with that, oh my Lord, that's tough. And it's like when you were around me these past few months, when you were around me off and on 2015, and I'm not trying to put you down or anything. This is the reason why I'll be telling you, if you on the internet like that. I said internet. Remember I told you, I said internet is a good tool to educate your mind. Go back and look up words like that. I'm not saying try to diagnose yourself, you know, because I'm not saying that, but internet is a good tool to educate your mind. You know what I'm saying? You can look up different things on the internet, different definitions of things. And I don't try to diagnose myself either, but if I can look up a word that I know I can relate to, it's kind of like a mirror. I'm like, wow. Like if I look up a word like oh goodness, like being stressed, having anxiety issues. And if I go up and look up anxiety, and if I go and look up, okay, what are people saying about anxiety? How does it make them feel? And if I go and look it up, I'm like, oh wow, daggone, that's how I've been feeling. Yeah, I need to probably go get some help if I'm feeling like that. If I'm having anxiety issues and feeling stressed like that, all right, then I might need to make a trip to the doctor or whatever. If it keeps going on and on and on and on. And as you already know, I have anxiety issues, And like I said, I don't want to be flip flopping. Y'all know, y'all heard that story too. You know, when I was young, like I'm telling it now, like from birth up to 5 years old, you know, now I'm beginning to understand why I had anxiety issues. It was because of when I was left alone, when I was a child. My mom used to leave us in the house by ourselves. All right. Now I'm beginning to understand like why I why all my life I've had a nervous problem, from being neglected, from being left alone, from being isolated all the time. That's what was going on from the time I was born up until when my mom went to prison. I think she went to prison when I was around 13 or 14 years old. Um, you know, uh, also, now I'm going to go back to before I was 5 years old. And I think it was going on maybe a little bit after I was 5. But there was another thing, and I think I shared this in another video where, you know, you know, it's like I told y'all before. When I said I was gonna start sharing my story, anytime you start doing this, you start thinking about different accounts that happen into your life. Different accounts that happen to you. All right. And another thing that I used to do. This is how I know that I had a nervous condition back then and still have a nervous condition this day. I'm just now starting to get treated for it today. But was I getting treated for it back then? No. I don't know if y'all seen the video clips of when I said and this is another account where my grandmother, I think it was my grandmother, one of my aunts, they was telling me, this is another thing, when I was being left alone in the house, my grandmother, my grandmother I think was telling me this, all right? She would always, I remember her coming over to the house even after I was 5 all the way up to my mom went to prison. She would come by and check on us, all right? She did that from the time I was born up until, I was, till my mom went to prison. But like I said, that's why I said there were some things I had left out. So that's why I had to come back and do this thing all over again. And I'm using my little cheat sheet here. My grandmother would tell me, okay, that when she would come over to the house and find me by myself, I would be rocking back and forth, like bumping my head back and forth, on a chair, or in my crib, from just sitting in that crib all freaking day long or all freaking night long, just rocking back and forth just like that. And I went back and looked that up. I typed in on my computer, I said, define when a child rocks back and forth like that. Why do they do that? And once again, I was like, wow. I just learned just now today. I went back and looked that up. And I wrote down, this is what it had on the internet. I typed in why a person rocks back and forth as an infant. And the reason why they do that is because kids that have autism, see, maybe I had that. I'm sure I did. Autism, and I'm going to spell it. AUTISM. Go look that word up as well. It says kids that have autism have developed developmental disorder characterized by troubles with social interaction and communication. See, this is the reason why I like to do what I do, y'all. I like to get on this video and talk to y'all like this, because you know what? I feel like I'm educating y'all too as I share my story. Autism. If you go on YouTube and type in, why does a child sit in a chair, rock back and forth? One of the things they also said, the reason why a child does that is because they're trying to soothe their self as well. And honestly, I'm sure the reason why I rock back and forth, because I was left alone in the house by myself all the time. Nobody around me, no nothing around me, because my mother would run the streets. And this is the reason why this makes me so angry about them and about my mom and all the rest of them. They think that they don't remember these things. Maybe they don't. But I know my mom remembers this shit. All right. And then they want to come back and talk to me back, talk about me all crazy or whatever. It's like, bitch, you the one left me in the house by myself. You the one left me isolated all the time. It's no wonder I was like the way I was. And it's no wonder, shit, I might probably have a little touch of ADHD my damn self. All right? I just ain't been diagnosed with it. I'm sure I had that going on too, Sabrina. Yeah. And they say that shit goes all the way up into adulthood. But see, like I said, I'm not trying to diagnose myself, but this is what I looked up. I typed in, why do a child rock back and forth like that in a chair? And remember I told you on the other clips, I said my brother, the one that's under me, the one y'all know, your uncle, he did the same thing. I mean, he would do it so much there would be a daggone dent in the damn chair. I did it. He did it. My other sister, the one that left me all them crazy messages on Facebook, y'all know who I'm talking about, she sucked her thumb all the time. When people are doing that, that's because they got some type of nervous condition going on. They trying to soothe their self. Because, they've been neglected. That's one reason why I'm sure I was doing that. I mean, if a child is being left alone in the house all damn day and all damn night, and I mean, I looked the word up. I looked it up. I typed in, why does a child rock back and forth like that? And if you go on YouTube and look it up, you'll see what I'm talking about. Or just type in define autism. And what do the kids do? What type of behaviors that they display? There's all type of videos on it. What kids do, rock back and forth. Some of them do other shit. You know what? I got a few minutes left in this video clip. You know what, Victoria and Sabrina? Like I said, y'all don't have to have sympathy for me, but like I said, please don't judge me. Don't judge me too harshly. All right? Because I have been through the fucking ringer from people or the person that raised me when I was a little fucking kid. Not saying I don't forgive that person, see. And if they tell you other than that, then they lying. And I'm going to get to that part too, of how I showed my own mother that I forgave her, see. I didn't just I didn't just say, see, when I say I forgive somebody, I put action behind it. All right? For example, Sabrina, just like I took your ass back after 2 times how you did me wrong. I was showing you every time you messed up and came back, I took your ass right back in, didn't I? Okay? This shit is deep. It goes deeper than this. And like I said, and if it take all night, I'm gonna keep sharing my story. If it kills me, I don't give a damn. Who get mad at me for saying what I'm saying or whatever, because goddamn it, I'm telling the truth. of what happened to me when I was a child. See, and that way you will understand why I am like I am today. Now, you know what? Uh, it's about to be 15 minutes. I'm going to check back in with y'all later. This is the end of part one of my childhood, from the birth, from birth all the way up to about 5 years old. All right. The next time I come back, I will start talking about from 5 up until 10 years old. And yes, this is about to be public. All right, because I don't have shit to hide. I told y'all, if y'all ain't sitting right here with me and we can't go to counseling together, I'm going to get you. I'll get you one way or other, and I'm doing it through the internet. Okay? Because y'all need to understand some things. And y'all need to know the truth of what really happened. All right? So I'll check back in with y'all later. And y'all have a good day. Y'all have a blessed day. Sabrina and Victoria, try to do, this is what I want to tell you too, try to do better than me. All right? And I have told Sabrina this before as well. I don't think I've ever told you before, Victoria, but just try to do better than me, okay? You know, I think all parents want their kids to do better than them, you know? And another thing I want to say before I close this out, all right? Like I told you, Sabrina, stop acting like you special. Like I told you, Victoria, stop acting like you special also. Because I done been through shit. Okay, y'all been through shit. My own mammy had been through shit from the shit she used to tell me. All right. Okay, this is what I want to tell you. Stop acting like you special, because number one, there's always somebody out there that has done a whole lot worse than me and y'all. I mean, I've been through some shit. All right. I've been through some shit. But you know what? I'm doing a little bit better, and I'm doing it on my own. Yeah, I'm alone right now, But see, you know what, Sabrina, Victoria, maybe God, just like I said before, I was messed up half my life from birth all the way up to about 25 years old, okay? See, what y'all don't know is, see, God worked in mysterious ways, all right? Just like it took just like I messed up my life 15 or 20 years or whatever, okay? Or just how my life was messed up. How my life was messed up, whether I came from a broken home, fucked up family, or whatever. See, it might take another 20 years for me to get it right. And if I have to sit here alone, all right, then I'm going to do it. Because you know what? I'm going to tell you something else, Victoria and Sabrina. I would rather be just where I'm at right now than go back to 2000, before 2002, when I was running around doing all that shit I was doing. If I was still doing that, oh my goodness. Sabrina, you wouldn't have been able to come back over here in 2015, or when we was hooking up even before then. You already know, when we was in Dayton, Ohio. All that shit we was doing, if I wouldn't have sobered up and cleaned up before then or whatever, we wouldn't even have been doing that. I probably would have been dead, 6 feet under. All right. And like I said, I'm not going to jump into that right now. That's for later. See, I'm trying to make y'all aware, some things. I'm trying to keep y'all from going down the same road I went down as well. All right, y'all. I hopefully I'll talk to y'all later on the phone. I'll see y'all one day. But you damn sure seeing me right now, right here on video. Okay? I hope y'all stay safe. And I hope y'all take this, you know, if we don't ever see each other again, I hope y'all take this and learn something from it. From the story that I'm about to share with y'all. And stop acting like y'all special, because you're not special. Because I've been through shit as well too. My own mammy been through shit. Stop acting like you special. Like I said before in that one clip sprinting, you remember, Victoria, it ain't where, you know, it ain't where you're being, it's where the fuck you going. And it might take me another 20 years to get this thing right. See? All right? All right. So I hope y'all be okay and be safe. And I hope y'all got something out of this. The first part of me sharing my story. Maybe I'll talk to y'all later. All right? When y'all more level-headed. To be continued.